ok. Live e Beats for Life comincia ora. DonaldD is in the building and already.
What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time.
Nuovo episodio direttamente dal Bronx. MC DonaldD. Sound check. What's up, Khalid? Yo, what up? Sound check. Yo. Tell me if you like the way it sounds.
What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time. What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time.
What if for DonaldD? Where you at, DonaldD? Yo, D. What if for DonaldD? Still.
Do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time.
Yo, D, where you at?
What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into. What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Way back. Back into time.
What up, D? Welcome.
I'm chilling, Next. What's good, man? What's good, my brother?
DonaldD, DonaldD, the microphone king, DonaldD, the microphone king, DonaldD, the microphone king, DonaldD, the microphone king, DonaldD. And the magnificent. Next one on the track. And the magnificent Beats4Life studio.
Super producer.
People call me the next one.
Super producer.
People call me the next one. We taking you back to Bronx River Center when we rocked the house and we did it. Feel the beat. Funky.
Yes, sir. You ready, my brother? I got some beats for you.
I'm always ready, man. I'm the MC. I'm the MC. And I want to just give a shout out to everybody that's up in the place to be right about now.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Much love to my man Khalif from New York City. They're watching the live streaming right now. Legendary DonaldD is in the building.
Yeah. I see my fam Kim from LA is up in the place to be.
Yes, sir.
One of my baseball buddies, Albie, is up in the house. Yeah.
Okay.
We're about to have some fun.
Definitely, we're going to have some fun. Thanks, everyone that keep watching the show every week.
Yeah.
Every weekend, we got different artists, international, from the boogie down to everywhere.
Yep, worldwide.
Worldwide.
Underground will live forever, baby.
Representing hardcore.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Okay. So before I start the first beat, I'd like to introduce it.
I did the beat. You do the lyrics.
That's right.
All right?
I did the beat.
You did the beat.
You do the lyrics.
I do the
I
lyrics.
did the beat. You do the lyrics.
What more can I
First beat.
say? Okay. That's going to be the beat right there. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Put your hands together for D, the new press. We're taking it back to the days of protest. From hot butter on, say what? Say what? Ooh. That's dope. I'm feeling that beat right there. That's the beat? Okay.
Then what I'm going to send you?
Okay, this is the one you're going to send me? Okay, I'll get it going.
A few seconds more. Let the crowd get into it. Get involved.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, that's fire right there, man. Okay. Let's see what I'm going to spit to that. Let me see what I'm going to spit to that. Next is putting it down. Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Okay. I got it.
Check out your computer.
Okay.
You should have it.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
I got it.
Go.
I see it. Okay. That's it. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Better? Okay. Let's do it like this. Mic check. 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2. Put your hands together for D, the new press. I'm taking it back to the days of protest. Like hot butter on, say what? The cornbread is DonaldD from the block, not Jennifer Lopez. I'm the boogie blaster, headline smasher. The party crasher, the Bronx basher. Speed up, catch up, my pace moves faster. They watch me now like I'm Jimmy Castor. Dark man, shark man, yo, it's a heater. My bark man will have you laying down with your feet up. I spit fire, yo, I sit higher. I watch MCs hit the tripwire. Yes, I'm a legendary rhymer. Bronx syndicate, that's my empire. So desire the tire, not the town crier. Read all about it on the old school flyer. Cause you know we rock and shock your block. Give it all we got. Get it, come and rock the spot. We hold it down, we hold the ground. We don't mess around when next one is in your town. Here is your chance to do a free glance when the system got you in a trance. I kick the slang, I do my thing, do it with a bang. Everybody at the party sing. I pocket the papes, whatever it takes. I push big tapes like push and wait. I'm Bronx, like KR as one son, like Big Pun, and Pete the Guns like Joe. And the Terrible Squad, yo. The Yankees, cool, keep Zulu, yo. My flow is not some old school, yo. And if you think so, then put down the dough. I stop on your street where you walk, listen, son. This is grown man talk. BDP said it clear that the real hip hop is up in here. If you're not here to rep the culture, we will circle you like a vulture. I am hip hop, he is hip hop, she is hip hop, we are hip hop. You know we rock and shock your block, give it all we got. Get it, come and rock the spot. We hold it down, we hold the crown. We don't mess around when next one is in your town. Here is your chance to do your dance, do it freelance when the system got you in a trance. I kick the slang, I do my thing, do it with a bang. Everybody in the party sing. You wanna know the real deal. You're about to two. Let me tell you, we're double trouble, y'all. We doing it just for you. Now, people, clap your hands. Come on, just clap your hands. As I rhyme into the beat, and we got the master plan. Now, if you wanna know the real deal about the two, let me tell you, we're double trouble, y'all. And we doing it just for you. Cause it was a party night, everybody was breaking. The highs was screaming and the bass was shaking. And it won't be long to everybody knowing that next one got the funky beats. That next one got the funky beats. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yo. Oh, Dan, your voice again is gone. Okay, good. Welcome.
Man,
Welcome back.
got me sweating up in here, man, setting it off.
Yeah.
Man.
Yo. Oh,
What's
much
up?
love to Maura Miller from UK. Just drop in. Yes, what's up? Thanks a lot to everybody. They're watching the show right now, having a good time with us.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. I need to get a nice little drink right now. Whoa, what's that? One of my favorite breaks. What's that? You hear that?
Yes, sir. I know you like that catch groove.
Man, you know Catch a Groove, man. One of my favorite break beats of all time. That takes me back to the days next when Africa Islam and Jazzy J was cutting that up. Yeah. Whoa. Man. That's the beat maker right there. Lord Yoda X, what's up, my brother? Our key is in the place to be. Yeah. Zulu, Gestapo, Zulu. Yeah. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Peace, King. Kim from California up in the place to be. Zulu, Gestapo, Zulu, Gestapo, Zulu. That's what I'm talking about. As Run DMC said, the beats to the rhyme is the name of this jam. Lord X, yo, Lord X, gotta get on your show, my brother. That's what I'm talking about, yo, that's hot. I'm loving that. Y'all feeling that out there? Yoda, you hear that? Yoda from the Crash Crew was up in the place to be.
Oh yeah, we're just fucking around, having a good time right there. It's all about beats and rhyme, and it's all about the fun.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man, that was hot, man. I love that, man. One of my favorite breaks.
Yeah.
Like I said, back in the days when I was in the group, The Funk Machine, Jazzy J and Africa Islam used to cut that beat up.
Wow.
And my other MC partners, Kid Vicious and LJ, we used to rip that joint up.
Oh,
bring back a lot of memories on that, man.
That's the That's the good old days, right?
The ultimate break beat.
The ultimate, right? Yo, by the way, the
Right.
B-Boys was the first
Right.
group, or the Mean Machine was the first group?
What do you mean?
When you got down with them.
Oh, you're talking about the Funk Machine.
Yeah,
all right, so now, all right.
Yeah.
My hip-hop history starts in a group called the Asalam Brothers with me and Easy A.D.
Okay.
Now, Easy A.D. became a member of the Cold Crush Brothers a little later, but me and him started in hip-hop together.
Okay.
And then I got down with Africa Islam, and that's how I got into the Zulu Nation, getting down with Africa Islam, and we were called the Funk Machine.
The Funk.
And then once that stopped, and around 83, when hip-hop went out of the inner city and started making its way into Manhattan, there was a club called the Roxy's open.
Oh.
And at that time, we had a radio show called the Zulu Beats.
Yeah.
And from that radio show, I met the owner of Entertainment Records, and that's how I got in the group, the B-Boys, with DJ Chuck Chillout.
All right, 1, 2, 3, break.
Yeah. Some classic joints, man. We put Rock the House, one of the most sampled phrases of all time. Like you said, 2, 3, break.
Yeah.
Girls, 1 and 2. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Cutting Herbie, yep. We did the rap. Now we are through. DJ Chuck Chillout, what you gonna do? Man, that was some good memories, man. Yeah.
Okay. So on that note, I wanna drop the next beat for you.
Okay. All right.
And I wanna keep going.
Send it to me.
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
Sir. Wait. I wanna play first.
Okay. Let's see what it sounds like.
All right. So I'll take you to 98, and this is the beat.
Ooh. Oh, that's kind of slow. Make me think. Slow and low, that is the tempo. Slow and low, that is the tempo. I'm feeling that. Okay, let me see what I can do with that. See if I can kick some wicked rhymes to that. Y'all feeling this out there? That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Woo! Louder, what's up? The Movement Foundation, my peoples are up in the place to be. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Okay. Give me that joint, man. Ooh.
DonaldD.
That's me.
The microphone king, DonaldD. The microphone king, DonaldD. DonaldD.
We should make a song off this, man.
The next one.
Hey, Tima, what's up, Tima? Hey, my fam, Tima is up in the place to be. I mentioned her on the song of DonaldD theme on my Let the Horns Blow album.
Okay.
All right, send me that.
I already sent it. You should have it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to take off these headphones.
Yes.
Let me see.
Take off your headphones and rock that shit.
Okay, that's it?
Yeah.
That's it? Okay, let's see what I'm gonna rock to this. Okay, let's go. I drop the herbal, the verbal, the lyrical structure. Aboard my train, cause D's the conductor. I got the flavor you can digest, yes. The dealism is my realism. It's still fresh. I'm not impressed by the wannabe MCs, please. The D fulfill your need to put your mind on freeze. I ease you back to the real rap attack. Hip hop is the culture, not some R&B act. I see the whack play the bells when the jam is packed. But punching in your lyric, show you really can rap. Your live show is booty. All steps your cutie. I sent this MC to garbage duty. Grab the bucket and the mop. I change your sentence, you banned from hip hop. I clean up the slop, yeah, from block to block. Only the one deserve it should get the pop. Cause I pause a rhyme, the deep keeps it hot. Rhyme, wars are mine, you can't fake not mine. Shine your blade that you need some block. Let me show these rap guys how to hold down the spot. I don't just rap for rap, I rap for hip hop. Graffiti, breaking, DJing, and rhyming. And beatboxing, I keep the crowd rocking. Cause ain't no stopping me now. On and on, till the break of dawn. Like hot butter on, say what's the popcorn? Word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yo.
Right, yo. We just warm it up. I like that. Okay. No sounds. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, you know what? We should try one time without headphone. Let's see if there is still delay.
Okay. So you want me to take off the headphones completely?
If there is no delay, we keep it like that.
All right.
Just want to make sure.
When
1, 2.
And Primo had it all crazy. Let me see. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Wait.
All right. It sounding good?
Your voice, yes.
I hear you loud and clear, brother.
I know. I gotta see if my voice is still delayed. Yo, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Maybe work.
All right, we keep it like that, man. No headphones, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Right.
So we can keep it popping just like that.
All right. So the next beat, it's a classic, of course. It's a classic. And
Okay, take me back to the day.
Yes, back in the day, as I did the introduction, the very beginning. This is a version I made in 2000. And it goes like this.
That's fire. Ooh, that's hot. What's the name of that joint?
Huh? Okay. Check. You should have it already. The quality of the sound still don't sound that.
Difficulties on Instagram Live.
Get closer.
What's that?
Don't sound well, not so well yet. I don't know this time.
Oh no. not hearing you at all.
1 2 1 2.
I hear you, but you're real low. You don't hear me?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Bad quality. 1 2.
Hey, it's the internet, man. What we expect?
Okay, that's good.
You hearing me now? Okay, well, you sound low to me, but I can still hear you though. But it's all good. They said the audio is breaking down.
Yeah.
They said the headphones was better. Red Venom. Red Venom. Manchester's own. Peace.
Yes, sir. It's the internet. Definitely.
Tima said it might be the internet.
Yeah.
All family up in the place to be.
Yeah.
Let me check the headphones. Hold on. Let's go back to the headphones, man.
No, I think you should start it right now. Let's try again. 1 2 1 2. What 1 2.
I hear you clear. I hear you loud and clear now.
Okay. You hear me loud and clear, but drop the beat.
Yeah. Okay, so but you want me to do the beat without the headphones on, like we've been doing?
It's up to you. It depends the way it sounds.
Okay, okay, but I'll hear it clear. It's that if y'all can hear me, you hear me? All right,
Okay,
hold on
good.
1 second.
Drop the beat.
Okay, let's get it going.
You hear that? It sound good?
It's the other track.
I just want to make sure you can hear it. You hear it? Okay, everybody hear it. Okay, let's go. One, two. Coming through. Zulu. DonaldD. I say, hold up. I say, hold up. I say, hold up. Let's go. I say, hold up, wait a minute. It ain't a party if the D's not in it. Every show I do a minute to win it. For real hip hop, yo, it never ended. I bring the pain, I bring the noise. I do this for the B-boys and the B-boys. You'll see, D ain't got no time to play. Cause most rappers today ain't got nothing to say. Okay, let me see a rapper on his LP. Hold it down like a real MC. And don't be having 10 or 20 MCs on your album. That's a compilation beat. I come from the school of battle raps where you paid your dues and that was that. I'm not a hater, I'm just a dictator, the translator. I'm the hip-hop savior, cause this is what y'all been waiting for. My rhymes to the beat is the tools of war. Since I came through the door, been a real soldier, got everybody rocking. I told you, hip-hop ain't dead, it's alive and well. I rap to the fullest, it ain't hard to tell. My pedigree better be top-notch, that's why I keep it moving like the hands on the clock. If you hate hip-hop, keep your hands down, where is hip-hop? Show your hands now, yes I can now. It's in the game plan, the things I do now with the mic in my hand. I'm the man now. When I strut on stage, on daily news, I'm on the front page on Instagram. They be like, you're a legend, word up. So DonaldD don't be half-stepping, I bust a bash, I build my break. It's time to separate the real from the fake. You know what my story is, I'm still notorious, rap historian. I know what my glory is. The radical rhyme I ripping up all your reason on the rhythm that rock. No matter what the season, I did it, done it, stick hit, I run it, slick with the little gun of these level frontin'. I drop the data for your haters. Perpetrators, see you later. My alter ego is Don Chico. They know about me out in Puerto Rico. I'm so fly, they call me the ego. Game is on the line. I hit my free throw. Next one, he is my amigo. Instagram, y'all my people.
The microphone king, DonaldD. The microphone king, DonaldD.
Yeah.
DonaldD.
Next got some heat, man. Next got these beats, man.
DonaldD. The microphone king, DonaldD. DonaldD.
All right. Okay. So
Next one on the track. Next one on the track. Next one on the track. Beats4Life Studio. Beats4Life Studio.
I think the world.
The next one.
I
Okay.
think the world would like to hear a next one Donald D album, man. We should get that in motion, man.
Yeah, man. We gotta work it out.
And we throw some legendary artists from back in the day on there,
Oh
man.
yeah, B. That sounds
Some
crazy.
of,
Maybe
some of,
using that
some of,
beat.
some of our unsung heroes, man. You
Oh yeah.
know.
And we're gonna use a definitely that beat.
Ooh, yes. I guess we can clear that, man. You chopped it up different. You know, Juice might not mind.
Yeah. I
We'll
got
get, we'll get. Yo, we can bring Paris Ford up in there and play the bass line again, man.
oh B.
You know.
That's crazy. Yo, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Besides Let the Horn Blow, right? Uh
Right.
what you did any other albums?
Yeah, the Notorious album was the first joint, man,
Okay.
which is crazy, man, because I wrote that album when we was on the Dope Jam tour in 1988 while we was traveling from city
Right.
to city on the tour bus. I wrote the beats that Africa Islam gave me on the cassette tape, and I wrote
Okay.
the lyrics right on the tour bus, man. So that was the first joint. Let the Horns Blow was the second, but Let the Horns Blow is crazy, man, because it's two different versions. There's
Right.
a European version and then there's the American version. So the European version got all the samples on it. And then
Right.
the American release, we didn't clear samples, so we had to go back in and remix
Replayed
a lot
everything.
of it. And then the
Uh,
Rodney King thing happened.
okay.
So the album was delayed, man. The Rodney King thing happened. So it was like a whole riot going on in LA. And then the whole Ice-T Cop Killer thing happened. So Let the Horns Blow in America really didn't get promoted
Okay.
like it
Okay.
should have, man.
That's
You
what.
know, I didn't get a chance to drop any videos because the first video
Mm,
I was supposed to drop was I'm Gonna Smoke 'Em, which was
uh,
connected with the movie Trespass. If you
okay.
go back to the movie, Ice-T and Ice Cube dropped the first single, and then Gangstar dropped the next one. I was next with my I'm Gonna Smoke 'Em. I shot the video. They never put the movie footage in it, and it
Okay.
never got released because by that time Warner Brothers dropped everybody off the label. So,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Ice-T, me, Big Daddy Kane, Bismarck, and then at that same time, Prince was going through his drama with Warner Brothers. So,
Right.
Let the Horns Blow was an album that never really got promoted, and
Okay.
I thought it was a good album because I went back to New York to do that album.
Yeah. I think so.
Brought my man Peter Guns is on one of the songs on that album. I put Peter Guns on his first time ever rapping on wax is on Three Poets on a Mission when he was
Okay.
known as PDP. So yeah, I went back to the Bronx, recorded it up in Jazzy J studio, man.
Okay. Peace to Jazzy J. Definitely
Yep.
legendary.
It's yours.
Yes,
And,
sir.
and yo, we must say Jazzy J don't get his props for being one of the founding fathers of Def Jam Records.
Oh, yeah,
He was there at the
definitely.
beginning, and they don't give him his props.
Yes,
And
sir.
he helped set that foundation along with Rick Rubin and Russell Simmons.
Yes.
Peace to Jazzy J.
Peace to Jazzy J. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yeah.
We can't forget Jazzy J. This is a
Yep.
Bronx Foundation.
Yeah, man. That's our history, man. You know, and you know what's funny? Because now I see my man Swiss Beats is talking about reaching back
Okay.
and looking out for a lot of the pioneers,
Mm.
whether it's financially
Mm.
or health wise, which is good, man, because you look at it, a lot of the old school paved the way for a lot of these cats today to really become rich and eat well and take care of their families. And if you get brothers like Swiss Beats and some others who became millionaires and some billionaires to look out, because you got to remember, the first generation of hip hop that made records didn't know the business, so everyone basically got jerked. No one knew
Right.
about publishing, royalties, so record
Right.
companies took advantage of a lot of them, as well as me. With entertainment records, I never received one royalty check. And you think everybody on this planet had our Rock the House, 2-3 Break Girls,
Right.
and all of that. So if you think we didn't get paid, think about the songs that Grandmaster Flash and them put out,
Mm, mm.
or the Treacherous 3, or the Crash Crew,
Okay.
Funky 4+1. Just think, that foundation set the lanes for everybody to eat well today. So if people like Swiss Beats and them look out and go back and take care of them, man, that's love, because hip hop is the only genre where they push all the old school to the side and forget about you. They don't let you grow with your audience. Your audience get older with you, and if you can still make records, why not? Every other genre does it. Rock legends like Rolling Stone and Aerosmith still make music, and their generation still moves along with them. R&B is the same way, you know. South is the same way, but in rap, they treat us like stepchilds, man. So yeah, man, it will be a good look if that gets pulled off. Call us up. Hey, last night changed it all.
Okay. Without further ado, I'm going to the next track. Definitely.
Okay.
We gotta have more talk, but let's keep going. This is the fourth track. Of course, without James Brown, it would never be any hip hop. So this is the first track. Is definitely a tribute to James Brown.
Oh, I know what I can drop for this. Being that you're talking about James Brown, I sample James Brown. Okay, I'll go back to 1989 on this joint. I'll go back to 1989 on this one. Where's Sparky? This is my boy, man.
I don't care. I don't care.
Ooh, that's deep. Okay.
Hip hop. Hip hop.
See, I got it. Okay, I'm ready to
Music, please.
that. Okay, I got that.
Okay. Yes, sir. I sent you already.
I like that, man. Being that you're talking about James Brown, I'll go back to a song that I sampled James Brown on, man, back in 1989 on my first album. So, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Notorious, here I stand in the flesh. The microphone has been blessed for my quest. I rock the mic with a grip. Your days are darker, my solar eclipse. You pray for daylight, but darkness is your day. The D is ripe and hype, I'm a stink rate. You're platinum bound. Test pound for pound. Magnetizing your mind with rhymes on top of a beat. It's like robbing your ears, the young, you know my. Yeah, the D will stare. Show it to the floor where some can go. Many try to tag along, but don't. They get paralyzed and then when you juice, when you realize deep for you live from where you go the microphone. In the way I will lower my tone. You wash away the filth, I put the fire just, but this is not the house that one built. When I walk in the joint, rap is point. And me, they wanna be me. Cause I'm DonaldD from Bronx, New York, swinging my door, popping my walk, the mic, the beat is a pitch walk. But nowadays, the rap is crazy. Too many amateurs are playing the stage. Giving rap a bad rap because they can't rap. Studio rap is playing the back. Hip hop's on to get. You want to battle or ain't the one that's trying to get wet. No comment thumb around the comic. Bust the move when the micro group does whack with jack fluid. The hocus pocus is the clear eyes of focus. The D coming at you like a locust. I'm notorious. Yeah, I love that. I love that. That's fire. That's fire. That's fire. That's fire, my brother. Woo.
There's bad connection. Quality is really terrible. Your internet connection is bad. I can hear you, D. Yo.
So you weren't hearing me when I was rhyming?
that was very, very noisy.
Oh man. Oh well. The internet, man.
I know it's crazy.
What can we say?
I know it's crazy. It just shit happens.
Yo, man, look, man, when this pandemic is over, man, we got to do this live on stage.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy, man.
Okay.
So what we got? Still 15 minutes up in the place to be?
Yes, sir. We do one more track, and then I'm going to do another live drumming.
Okay, so we're going to go into a track with me right now?
Yeah. First of all, I'm going to play the last track.
Okay.
Okay, this is the last track.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, where can I go with this? Let's see where I'm going to go with this. Okay, I got that. Put it closer so you can hear me better. Oh, I'm gonna go back in the days on this one, man. I got something for this one. The music is too loud. Mark.
Super producer.
The next one.
Super producer.
Okay.
The next one.
Super producer.
Send me that. I'm down with that. I'm gonna go back in the days,
The
man.
next one.
Okay. I'm ready. Okay, send me that.
Okay. Hope you had a chance to listen to it.
I heard it.
You know what? Wait.
What's up?
Okay, wait 1 second. I drop you off and then I pull you in again. Just stay online.
All right, okay.
Hold on. Sound check. Try to sound check real quick.
Mike.
It's your connection, brother. Your connection.
How about you don't hear the music?
Yes.
Good?
Good is a big word, but yes, we can hear something.
We do it, all right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to the days, y'all. Okay, let's go back. 5 kids against the wall. Some playing basketball. Hip hop to the beat. Red from break dancing on their heads. Rock the house, y'all. Rock the house, y'all.
Can no, don't work.
Sound. You don't hear me?
Bad quality. Can hear just noise. Oh, okay. Yo. D. Hello? D? Can you hear me?
No.
Wait. You know what? Okay. Hello, D. Can you hear me? I know. I know. I think try to reboot. Get out and get in real quick.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Hold on.
What's up?
Next, what's the deal? You hearing me better? No?
It's still freezing a little bit.
Hey, the internet,
Test
man.
one,
What can
two.
we say?
Oh man.
We
Try one more
live
time.
in
Let's
here.
go.
All right, here we go.
Let's go.
Check. You hearing the music? Fly kids against the wall. So playing basketball. Hip hop into the beat. You don't hear me? Chilling on the street. Electric is to the pop. To the box. All break dancing. Red from break dancing on their heads. Rock the house, y'all. Rock the house, y'all. Rock the house, y'all. Rock the house, y'all. Rock on. Crowds build around to hear the scratching sound. The news sent out a crew to get an interview. Everyone is fascinated by the sound that's generated. Everybody wants to know how the B-boys rock the show. Rock the house, y'all. Rock the house, y'all. Rock the house, y'all. Rock the house, y'all. Rock on. Gorgeous, pretty, fine girls. Tourists from around the world. Executives in their business suits. Texans in their cowboy boots. Officials of the government. And those on unemployment drive around in limousines to rock the B-boy scene. Rock the house, y'all. Rock the house, y'all. Rock the house, y'all. Rock the house, y'all. Rock on. I know a girl named Millie, acts real silly, lives in the Bronx, but she comes from Philly. It's no secret that she smokes illy, acting all wild like a dumb hillbilly. But there is Judy, she got a nice booty. Homeboy say she's a real fly cutie. I gotta do my duty to pull that beauty, but she stuck like glue to her main man Rudy. Now there is Vicky, I gave her the hickey, but in the other room was her boyfriend Ricky. Vicky was Vicky on the presence of Ricky. She told me that I had to make it a quickie, but we was busted. Her mother was disgusted. The Vicky in the head with a bar of mustard. Vicky was anger. She wanted to hang her, but all I wanted to do was bang her. Now there is Lita, rag by Skeeter, rock by Matt, and dog by Peter. But Nita had a ball until she took a fall, that she thought that the baby was fathered by the ball. We went to Springs Valley, met a girl named Sally. She took me to the store and she brought me to the valley. I took her to the alley, a distance in the alley, and that is the end of this finale. My friend's got a brother whose name is Eddie. He also got a sister whose name is Betty. When we chill at the crib, she's always ready to jump in bed so I can rock her steady. I put on Teddy that makes her ready. When I get through, I leave her sweaty. Sometimes she acts crazy, sometimes she acts lazy. I had to cut her off for her best friend Daisy. Daisy is skinny, you might say bony. She plays Phil on her boyfriend Tony. Tony thinks he is the one and only, but that is the title that they use for Sony. At the ceremony, I ran into Joni. She told me that I get her hot like pepperoni. Yo, next, all three are nothing but phonies. To me and the homeboys rolling like ponies. Girl, 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 rock on. On and on and on and on. The beat don't stop till everybody's gone. On and on and on and on. Like hot butter on, say what the popcorn. Most people I know, most people I like. No, I'm a one of a kind. When they clap their hands and stomp their feet, to my rhymes that are right on time. Because they know for a fact that my rhymes are created with finesse. And that's why I'm rocking the mic with one of the best. Next one. Beats4Life, y'all. Beats4Life, y'all. Beats4Life, y'all. Rock on. Rock the house, y'all. Rock the house, y'all. Rock the house, y'all. And I'm out. Peace.
DonaldD.
That was dope.
DonaldD. The microphone king, DonaldD.
I guess we put it off with some technical difficulties.
The very end sounds much better.
Okay, at the end?
No. I'm saying this last track, it started a little bit like this, but then it got way better, and now it's much clearer. I like that. Yo, we have 3 more minutes before this hour's gone, right? But I want to do the last beats and rhyme. I want to program another classic, and then once it's gonna drop, we sign in again, and we're gonna have some talk, because you got history to share it, and I think it's a beautiful opportunity to have some speech with you.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So you know it.
Ooh, last night changed it all.
Hey.
DJ Barbie, what's up? Stay all night long.
Hey.
Peace, Nico. Hazani. Come stai to all my Italiano, Italiana?
Hey.
Alicia.
Hey.
Ooh. Yo, I like how that's swinging, man. DJ Kid Scram, what's up? Scram, man, I miss Malmo, my brother. Angelo, what's good, Angelo?
Hey.
Storm, DJ Storm in the place to be. My brother Storm, what's good? You come inside, yeah. Tutto bene, DJ Barbie. Tutto bene.
Hey.
Man, that's dope, man. Ooh. That's like some New Jack Swing. Ooh, that's fire, man. Next one chilling in the Beats4Life studio. I'm up in the psychedelic shack.
We back.
Yeah.
The microphone king, DonaldD. The microphone king, DonaldD. DonaldD.
Next one on the track.
DonaldD.
Next one on the track. Next one on the track. Beats4Life studio.
The microphone king, DonaldD. The microphone king, DonaldD.
Super producer.
People call me
The next one.
Super producer.
People call me
The next one.
Super producer.
People call me
The next one.
We taking you back to Bronx River Center when we rocked the house and we did it Feel the beat, feel the beat, feel the beat, feel the beat. Hey. Ci siete? DonaldD, where you at? DonaldD. Wow. Back DonaldD, 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 where you at? Where you at, DonaldD? What happened to DonaldD? What happened to DonaldD?
DonaldD, where you at? Allora, dove è finito DonaldD? Allora, intanto vi metto una roba che aspettiamo DonaldD, in the place to be, DonaldD. Boom, boom. Yes.
What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time. What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time. What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time. What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time. What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time.
DJ.
Back into time.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Sound check, real quick.
Hold it in my hand, man.
Okay, yes, okay. That's what's up.
See that SB 1200 there?
Yeah, I've seen it. Classic. Okay, D. So basically, what I like to ask you is, okay, in my journey, right? I had the opportunity to cap some of your projects, like the B-Boys, of course, on Entertainment, and the Rhyme Syndicate with Ice-T, the Notorious, Let the Horns Blow, and your last one that you did out here in Italy, right? But after that, there wasn't any other project that we missed it, or they're still in the box somewhere, I don't know, waiting to put it out, whatever. Let us know.
Nah, I'll tell you. So what happened is, when I was explaining to you about the whole Let the Horns Blow situation,
right?
Once Warner Brothers dropped everything, I was fed up with how the record business was going, man. Because I had already been through drama with Entertainment. You know, me and Bronx Style Bob did a song for Night on Elm Street, which we wrote a song, and they took us off the song and put the Fat Boys on our song, you know. So it was like a accumulation of a lot of stuff that happened in the music industry up until Let the Horns Blow. I was like, yo, I don't even want to make records no more. It's too much drama.
Right, I see.
So I had a talk with QD3, Quincy Jones' son.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, man, you should make music for TV and films. Because, you know, he had worked on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and he was doing a lot of things. So he kind of told me, yo, you should start doing beats for that. Okay. And I said, man, that's kind of better because it's less drama, man. You know, with a record company, you know you have to make songs and you have to wait for them to release it and promote it. So I would just say, okay, I'm gonna do this for now, and I started doing that. You know, up into 2000, and it's crazy because around 2000, me and Ice-T was talking, and he was like, "Yo, we gotta try to figure out what we're gonna do next with this music." And I'm okay, cool, because I had been in Japan. I was living over in Japan, working with DJ Utaka and DJ Honda and DJ Beat and all of these dudes. So Ice was like, "Yo, I gotta go to New York to film."
Hold on. When was it? When you been in Japan?
I was in Japan in 2000.
Oh, okay. Because I've been there in 97, 98. And that's why I wonder if we were there in the same time. Okay.
No, actually, so I went over there. We were there for an event called B-Boy Park with Melly Mel. I was there with Melly Mel and Prince Whipper Whip.
Okay.
And DJ Utaka was like, "Yo, and he got an album deal, and he wanted me to help him produce it. But I was there for that event, so I had no equipment. You know, all my stuff was in LA.
Right.
So they hooked it up and got Akai to give me the 2000 XL. Okay. You know, because this is so I got it freshly joined. They gave me a nice new Technique turntable. You know, in Japan, they look out for their people. So I stayed over there for like almost a year and a half with Utaka. This was probably late 99 going into 2000. So basically after that, I went back to Cali, and then Ice-T was like, "Yo, we're going to put out more music. We're going to get it going again, Rhyme Syndicate."
Right.
And then he was like, "Yo, I got to go to New York to film 4 episodes of this TV show called Law and Order."
Okay.
And by that time, I was like, "Okay, I'm going to go to Italy and visit my girlfriend."
Okay.
So I came to visit for Christmas and New Year's, and wound up staying in Italy for 6 months. And then once I was in Italy, promoters was like booking me everywhere. They were like, "Yo, you here?" Okay, it was easy to book me. I was already in Europe. So I was like, "Man, ain't much happening in New York. I mean, happening in Cali."
Okay.
So I might as well chill out in Italy. And then Ice-T never made it back to LA because he wound up staying and doing Law and Order. Right now, he's still doing it. So that's what happened, man. So I got out to Italy, and then I started meeting people like you. I remember the first time I met you up at the Link, man. You put me in the car and you was playing beats. I ran into my brother, you know, Phase 2, man. I missed that brother, man. He was up in the place to be. I met him. I met Yare. I met Soul Boy. Right. So I was like, man, okay, Italy is cool. Because I remember coming to Italy with Rhyme Syndicate doing shows.
Right.
So being out here, I got to meet everybody, man. So it was
by
cool.
the way, you were there in Germany in that show that went remember that club that there was I think it was like a balcony that fall right on.
No, I was on stage when that happened.
Yeah, I was there with Lord Finesse.
You was there?
Yeah.
No, what happened was, if you remember, the club was packed and there was a lot of people on the balcony, and they had mirrors, and it was too heavy, and everybody fell to the dance floor.
Man.
Yo, it happened in slow motion. I was like, "Yo, is that real? Is that what happened?" Yo, that was crazy, man.
When I saw the balcony falling on stage with all the
the whole balcony collapsed, man. That was crazy. That's crazy. You was up in Germany? That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I was there. I was there too. Yeah.
Hip hop, yo, it's crazy how hip hop has traveled the planet, man. And it's funny because when we were doing this back in the Bronx or in any boroughs in New York, none of us saw the vision that this was traveling outside of New York. And to see it now, how it has grown worldwide, where every country has their own hip hop scene, it's amazing, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, hip hop definitely is universal.
It's the only music that connects the world, man. Out of any other genre of music, hip hop, of all the elements, connects the world. It's something that every teenager to adult can do and adapt to and love it and represent the peace, love, unity, man. The only genre of music or culture that can do this.
Right, right. Let me go back to the music topics. I'd like to
Okay.
hear back then, right? Back then, the funk machine era at that time, right?
Right.
Besides the break beats classic, right? The which today, of course, is classic, but you know,
Right.
the Cash to Groove, all this classic,
Apache, my favorite
right?
break beat of all time.
Began all this, right? Uh, Still, there wasn't around that many obscure beats, right? Like obscure breaks. It wasn't really still around. It still was like mainly stuck in the classic, right? People was like DJ was cut it out back and forth, mainly the classics, right?
Exactly. I mean, for me, the first DJ I saw really cutting it up like that was Flash.
Okay.
I saw Flash at a place called Off the Park, and he was the first I saw that was doing it with speed and doing all kinds of techniques. Up until then, you know, I saw Kool Herc. He didn't really do much on the turntables. I saw Disco King Mario, but he was not what Flash was doing. Flash was the first. And then the high school I went to, Morris High School, in that neighborhood was Grand Wizard Theodore lived around there. I would go to 63 Park and watch the L Brothers, and I was like, man, he was killing it. So, yeah. And then once I met Africa Islam and Jazzy J, they were doing their thing, man.
And when you met Charlie Chase?
I met Chase more like when Chase was down with the Furious Five.
Okay.
I met Chase before he was with the Cold Crush. Okay, so what happened was there was a problem with the Furious Five with Flash. And they left Flash and they got down with Charlie Chase. Okay. And the first time I saw Chase was at a park called, I think, 118. Okay. And he had the Furious Five with him. So that was my first recollection of Charlie Chase.
Okay.
But I had already saw like Grandmaster Caz before he was with the Cold Crush. He was out there DJing with him and Disco Wiz. So, yeah, Caz was the one that inspired me to write stories. Okay. In my rap, because he was the first I heard say a rhyme about a shark, and then Keith Cowboy had a rhyme about a mouse. Oh. That's how I learned how to write rhymes telling stories from them two brothers, man.
Okay.
Those are my mentors.
But by the time they were shooting around, I think 81, 82, right? They were shooting Wild Style.
Right.
Did you wear around or? What
I'll tell you a funny story. So by this time, I'm not in a group no more. Funk Machine, we're over. So Easy AD is in the Cold Crush. They're really popping. And he told me that they were filming this movie Wild Style. But I basically didn't even decide to go. He was like, yo, you should come, man. You could probably be in it, blah, blah, blah. He was like, yo, we filming at the Black Door. And I didn't even go. Or the Black Door, which became the Dixie Club, where they shoot the club scenes. And I decided to not even go, man, which I kicked myself for not even showing up, man, because most likely I would have been in it.
From your perspective, what kind of impact had Wild Style in the community? Was it bigger than B Street, or let's say Wild Style was still underground? Comparing B Street, obviously B Street was a Hollywood movie, but still.
So, yeah. So, all right, B Street has this element of how we were living in the hip hop community back then. But Wild Style shows the raw essence of the abandoned buildings, of just us, just not having no money, living in poverty, trying to make a living doing this hip hop thing. It's the most realist movie that shows what we were doing basically back in the parks, whether carrying the speakers and all the crates and just going and jamming out in the public. B Street had a Hollywood feel to it where they put actors to recreate what we was doing. Yeah, they had some of the originals in it, whether it was the Soul Sonic Force, you know, they had Lisa and Sha Rock with the Us Girls, and you had Melly Mel with the
Cool
new
Herc,
Fear,
Herc.
you know. So yeah, you had some people that was in that movie, and then you had the Rocksteady crew representing in it. So yeah, but both movies found this way to impact the culture worldwide. I
Right.
think Wild Style set the foundation. It brought a lot of those people that was in that movie to Europe to tour, and people got to see them and just see what we all was doing back in the Bronx, or whether you was doing it in Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, or Staten Island. So yeah, I give props to both movies.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But as you say, I agree with you. Wild Style was a raw essence of the really that real hip hop that you can feel it right away for to the essence. And but B Street definitely gave a bigger platform for the all, let's say, the whole community as well,
Right.
because
Yeah,
at least involved there was some official people.
right. So if you look at it, Wild Style was more like a movie that was underground and limited movie theaters, and B Street made its way to the main theaters, the main screen, as well as Flashdance, which helped propel some of the hip hop culture to the world. So yeah, it was a separation. When you have the Hollywood budget behind you, it can go further. When you have limited resources, it stays within the community. But for me, Wild Style is my movie, man, forever. You get to see a lot of my friends that I grew up with. You know, if I'm watching Easy AD, who I played basketball with, and we grew up together, we started in hip hop together. You know, Little Rodney C and Jazzy Jeff, we used to play basketball at the boys club. You know, you got Master Rob and Waterbed Kev with the fantastic Prince Whipper Whip, who's a good friend of mine. You know, Grand Mixer DST. So I get to see a lot of my friends in that movie, as well as my boy Ramelzi. You know, so
Okay.
yeah, yes, yes. And
Yeah.
Busy B. I can't forget about Busy B, because let me tell you this story.
Yeah.
If it was not for Busy B, I probably wouldn't have been an MC. He was the first MC I saw say rhymes to a beat. I saw Kool Herc do a party, yeah, but I didn't hear nobody rhyming. It was more like shout outs on the
God.
microphone. So Busy
Yeah.
was the first one I saw when he did a party at 123 Park with the Disco King Mario. I wrote down everything Busy B was saying on the mic. And my first party I ever did, I was rocking Busy B rhymes, man. So
Okay.
shout out to Chief Rocker, man. He inspired a brother to want to get on the MIC.
Nice. Nice. That's what's up. Wow. There's so many beautiful stories. Especially
Yeah, man.
at that time, there wasn't, let's say, uh, premeditated how it would
Yeah.
be. Say, but did you ever got down b as a b-boy?
I tried it in the beginning. That was the first element I got into, man. I thought
Okay.
I could do, you know, but when I went out to the parties, I was scared to get down, because like the first ones I saw was the N Twins, you know, and they were the first ones I got down. And then I saw like Africa Islam at some Zulu Nation parties dancing. I saw DST getting down, and these are brothers that before I knew them as DJ, they were dancing, Charlie Rock and all of these brothers, man, you know, the Zulu Kings. So I wanted to do it, but like I said, it didn't get to that level, because once I saw Busy B, I was like, man, forget about getting on the floor and getting dirty. I want to be on that stage and rhyming, man. So it was a journey, man. And to get into the rhyming wasn't easy. Once I got down with Islam, I had to try out for Africa Islam's group. It wasn't like they said, yo, you down. Me and Easy AD had to go and DJ Superman Basement. Jazzy J threw on the disco version of 7 Minutes of Funk, which is a long version, and told us to
Okay.
rhyme. And they liked me, and they didn't like Easy AD for some reason. And I got down with Africa Islam and them, and AD, it worked good for him. He got down with the Cold Crush brothers, man.
That's right. That's right. Yo, um, what was the situation when, for example, when there were the like b-boys in the cipher, right, in the circle,
Right.
only, let's say, the ones that were official throwing down, or everyone was like nowadays everyone going in and out? Because I know that
Mhm.
there was like a certain respect in the circle. If you ain't ready, you ain't even try, right? So from your perspective back then, everybody everybody was able to jump in the circle, or you better be ready?
Nah, man. If you weren't official, you weren't getting in there. So basically, you know, you had the Rocksteady, New York City Breakers, and all the other crews, but it was no just random dudes jumping in that cipher, man. If you ain't had the skills, you was getting embarrassed. And you know how Ken Swift and them was getting down, or Frosty and Legs and them. So yeah, you had to be official back then. It was the same way with MCing, man. If you weren't official, there was not no random dudes just jumping on the mic. Like there was no random dudes getting on the turntables. So if
Wow.
you didn't have skills, you weren't getting in there, man. So and it took a lot of practice, man. And I enjoyed back then the coach of the B-boy. And one of my good friends, Frosty, man, out of all the guys back then, he embraced me first. Frosty was always a good friend, and I tried to always look out for Frosty, even when before he died.
Yeah,
The
right.
last
All right.
time I spoke to Frosty, I hooked him up to go do an event with me over in Finland, in Helsinki. So it
Okay.
was me and Alien Ness.
Okay.
So we got to go to Finland to do the thing, and it's around Thanksgiving. So I'm
Okay.
like telling Alien Ness, man, make sure Frosty. So basically, Frosty never got on the plane, and I
Mm.
told Ness. So when we picked Ness up at the airport, I'm like, "Where's Frosty?" He was like, "Yo, D, he didn't show up to the airport."
Oh.
And I was like, "Yo, what?" So I saw Frosty maybe a few months before he died. I was in New York. And I talked to him. I
Yeah.
said, "Yo, Frosty, what happened? Why you ain't show up?" He was like, "Man, D, I was going through some problems, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah." It was the last conversation I had with him. But I had hooked Frosty up also to go to Bologna, and he was in Link, right? And when he was at the Link, I
Yeah.
did an interview with Frosty. Because at that time, I was working with DJ Supreme from Hijack, and we were doing these interviews that he was working with a
Right.
company out of Shanghai. And I interviewed Frosty, and I never gave this interview to Supreme. I still have it on my mini disc,
Wow.
and it like the last interview Frosty ever did, man. And that was my brother. Got pictures from that time, man, and I miss him. To me, he was the ultimate b-boy, the superhero b-boy to me, man.
Definitely a free spirit.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Frosty Freeze. We love you. Nothing but love. Yeah, I had a great honor to be invited in his house, and he told me a lot of stories. And he was showing me mad picture, telling me stories about back in the days.
right,
And yeah, he was a really, really very inspiring individual. It was way beyond the b-boy. He was really he had a strong background, and
right,
I say
exactly.
a free spirit. And when he was getting down, he had a special way to present his art form.
Right,
You know, meanwhile others was more technical, more competitive. Frosty
right.
was definitely a free spirit, once again.
You know what? Back then, also, I like how the culture supported each other, especially the b-boys. Like, so if we were doing parties, they were there. Even when we had our Zulu Beat radio show, Frosty always came and hung out, as well as some of the other Rocksteady, and
Yeah.
they showed their support. I think nowadays it's a separation with the rap community with the b-boy community.
Mm.
And I say that because there's a lot of times I get invited to b-boy events to either host or perform,
Mm.
and they usually put me on last. The time I go on, most of the b-boys leave. Everybody bounce. So I'm there sitting, I'm watching everybody in their battles, doing everything, supporting. And then time I get on the mic, they leave. So I started telling the promoters, no, put me on either in the middle of the show or in the beginning when everybody's there. So it's a separation of the culture. But back then, yo, it was all one love. You had everybody supporting everybody. And whether there was a graffiti exhibition going on, we was there supporting it, and they were coming to our party. So, man, I wish it could still be that peace, love, unity in the community like back in the day, man.
Right. Well,
especially this generation of music.
Well, you know, I think there is a lot of younger people that would love to get in that type of atmosphere. It's just a lack of sometimes in this era of so much information, right? I think it's very since they started separated all the old elements and lower down the real power of this culture, and there's an opportunity to showing and bringing the all elements equally on the same level, but everybody really still chasing their own, let's say, goal to reach, and don't have enough time to give a love back. But definitely, you know, I don't think everyone don't care. It's just you know, they need some direction, and on an underground level, I think there is a lot of young kids that would love to see everything back on the same level once again.
Good, but you know, Cyndi Lauper said it best. Money changes everything. And once money got involved in hip hop, it split up the culture in so many ways, man. If you go back to the beginning of time, man, the graffiti artists was the first to really make big money when they were coming over to Europe and doing exhibitions with their art on canvases. And then once MCing started making records, I could say probably starting with Def Jam is when people started making really big money. And then you had the DJs evolve and start making big money till now when you see them on radio and they getting paid, you know, a lot of money. So yeah, money changes everything. It would be good to have the culture. I was going over in Sweden teaching hip hop history as well as a lot of other countries in Europe. And these young kids were so happy to understand and learn how it started. Of me telling the story of, say, Sha Rock. A lot of people may not know who she is, but she was the first female MC in the hip hop history. And a lot of this generation don't even know that. They may know who Cardi B is or Nicki Minaj. But if you are part of this culture, I advise you to go back and study the history on how it started, where it started, with who it started. So how can you be part of something and you don't know who are the founding fathers of it? And I see my boy Wild Child is up in the place to be. Wild Child, my man.
What's up, Wild Child?
He's talking about freestyle session, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I love freestyle session. I did freestyle session up in Athens, Greece, man. I was out there with Tricks, DJ Messia. I was out there with the original Mr. Freeze and us, man, having a good time out there. Wow. So yeah, the cross one, man. So yes, man.
Yo, by the way, do you remember when I got you involved in the show with Roy Ayers in Sicily?
Man, to this day, I wish I still, to this day, I never saw the video. I wish I had the video. Yeah, that was in Sicily, man. My first time ever in Sicily. Big shout out to you for getting me on that plane to go there. And I remember, man, because after we did our sound check and I'm listening to Roy Ayers and I'm like, yo, where the heck is the song Brother Green in your set? And he was like, hey, young blood, we haven't done that song since we did it in Japan many years ago. But he got the band to rehearse it, and he was like, yo, come out on stage and rhyme, and the B-boys come out and dance. Where's that video, man? I would love to see the video.
And what is beautiful is that Roy basically gave us opportunity to jump on his show and do our thing. And then basically when was our show, he was there. I remember I did a tribute to him, started with his music, and, you know, play a lot of his records. And
got to sit down and have breakfast with him.
Yeah, he just was there with us having a good time. Very humble dude. Very, very humble dude.
And you know what's crazy with this hip hop music or the music industry? We get to meet a lot of our legends, man. Like in any genre, like how when we were over in St. Petersburg 2 years ago, man, and we
Yeah.
got to chill, and we was chilling with Tony Allen. You know, now that he passed away,
Yes.
we
Yes.
got to chill out with what's his
Bernard
name?
Pardee.
Bernard Purdy. You know, you think of all these legends, legendary drummers
Wow.
that
That
we
was
get to be
incredible.
and build. And the
That was
culture don't
incredible.
even know how we get invited to a lot of these events that merge a lot of genres together, man.
Yeah, shout to V1 St. Petersburg. Definitely top nine crew made this happen in a so beautiful way to bring all culture and all elements together and give free access to everyone to enjoy and feel the vibe without any separation. We all there. I remember it was me, you, Lord Finesse, Ken Swift, and
Yeah,
many other legends all together watching and enjoy Tony
yeah.
Allen versus Bernard Pardee live, just like it was a b-boy battle like that. That was amazing, different thing than watching,
Right.
someone on stage and you just on the other side, and there is the security you cannot even reach it. We were like close to her. Basically, we were part of the whole journey, and there was no divide.
Right. There, Russia showed me how hip hop used to be in the beginning
Wow.
of the peace, love, unity in the community. They showed me that it can still exist
Yeah.
if we put our minds to it and not forget about the culture of hip hop and just think about the money side of it, that it can still be done, man. So big
Definitely.
salute to Russia, man. Even when the first time I went to Russia, I was in Moscow with Africa Bambaataa, and I was at an event, and it was incredible. I was like, man. So I only been to Russia twice, St. Petersburg and Moscow, and it's
Yeah.
been incredible
Me
both
too. I've
times.
been there many times, Russia and St. Petersburg and definitely Moscow.
I
But
was I was actually sweating Tony to bring my notorious 30-year anniversary to, and he was like, "Yeah, we
yeah,
can make it happen, but like now, we don't
wow,
know when any of us will ever be on the stage
right, right.
in the
Well,
near future."
going back to that topic with money, change, everything. See, um, I think there is nothing wrong in succeed your ambitions, chasing your ambition, whatever. But I think somehow, some way, people forgot how to recognize real shit, and in the same time, how, what does it take to
Right,
get on a certain level through your work and acknowledge yourself, and meanwhile you prepare your introduction to this culture. Uh, Somehow, some way, someone shows there wasn't any more necessary this, and you just need to go straight. Many times you see kids get on the mic on stage and start it for the very first time, or just like b-boys jump on a circle without any experience like that, with OGs, with people that pay a certain dues, right? Obviously, if having a an experience, like, okay, let me feel the opportunity, to rock and do something right in front of my idols or whatever, right? But
mm-hmm.
that's okay, but you can't stay too long. Otherwise you're
Exactly,
killing the rhythm and the vibe of the whole, you know what I mean? So
right,
uh, yeah, there is a lot of misunderstanding in a certain way. Just like, when people using other people arts or product of their work without giving props back, right?
exactly,
Ain't nothing
yeah,
wrong. Everything is there. Use it. you know, have fun with it, but obviously don't act like you don't know, or don't act like you know, you did everything on your own. We all come from someone else, and you should be ashamed to give props to others.
Well, for me, I think this generation has it really, really easy. They don't have to work. They don't have to work hard, man. If you are a music producer in this generation, you can get Fruity Loops and just copy and paste sample packs
Right.
and make a hit record in your bedroom without ever paying dues or being on a stage and performing in front of anybody. You
Right.
can
Right.
become a hit maker. It's that simple, man. You don't have to
Right.
be a great singer no more, because if you can put auto tunes on your vocals, you can sound like you are an incredible singer. And this generation of listeners do not care if you are good at making beats or making hooks or singing.
Well, let's say the majority, I think.
And it's based on how many views. So I look at it like this: all this music that you doing and I'm doing, and I'm rhyming over your beats, we will probably get 50,000 views the most. But if we do something corny, we'll probably get some million views, man.
Well, let's put it like this. I believe it, you know, that the majority don't know much about it. And basically, they just reflect what they saw, what they're learning, or what they think it should be. But not because that they have like a big ego, they don't want to give back, or they don't care. Because I think a
Right.
very few really, really don't give a damn. I think
Right.
many other, they just don't know. So they learn in a certain way, and obviously everything inspired, right? No matter if it's corny or dope, everything somehow some way inspire others. So I think it's very important to share with people and show the difference, how to recognize a dope artist with a wet artist. You know what I mean? So
Right.
the confusion in a way create an opportunity to mix everyone, and
Right.
and make it a little harder to people to recognize what makes an artist to say, yo, this artist is really dope. And definitely, if you buy a sample pack and you don't sample on your own, that's definitely not dope. Not because it, I mean, you know, every artist, they produce all type of product, right? Whether it's records, whether it's boxes or box sets or whatever, right? So they allow to sell their samples, but that's okay. I mean, if you fan particularly of that artist, it's fine.
Right.
You know, you buy maybe his picture disc or whatever, but separate the fan that supporting and follow a certain specific artist,
Right.
and in general buy sample pack to make your own music, because that's two different stories. The culture of hip hop give you the opportunity and the tools to use it to have fun with it. Otherwise, it's like I'm chewing your foods and then I give it to you right back to eat it. That would be like, no, no, right? So if you create your own art form through your work, through your, yeah, I mean, be able to experience maybe that you were weak and whack, but then you develop and you create your skills and to make it official so others can appreciate that.
But it's hard, man, because in a way, you have to make a living. I understand how the artists think, man. everyone, a lot of them have families. They have to feed
We all
families.
need that.
Right. I go through this battle sometimes. I said, do I try to keep it real to the essence, or do I move on with technology of today?
Yeah.
You know, I saw how a lot of DJs was hating that DJs was using CDJs or controllers, and they was like, "No, if you ain't playing vinyl and whack." But nowadays they don't make a lot of vinyl anyway. But technology has changed. That's how I
Yeah.
look at it.
I
And
don't
I
think.
and I look at it like, if you go back to the early days of making records in hip hop, it has changed from the Sugar Hill days of live bands playing those beats for Flash and the Crash Crew and Treacherous and Funky Four, to when I got into making records, we had the Linn drums and the DMX drum machines,
Right.
to the BDP and Ultra using the first SB12,
Right.
to the S1200, to all the Akai joints up until now. So if you look at it, each generation, it has evolved and it has changed. So can you blame
No.
today's that this is what they give you, sample packs? They don't make drum machines for nobody. Yeah, they make these new MPCs, but not everybody do it. But a lot of people want to look at the easy way out to make hit records. So
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not about, it's not about technology versus culture, because technology always be part of the culture and
right,
help it to elevate the craft of the culture and create new way and new opportunity for many artists to to show in different way, new ways. So definitely technology is welcome. Different story is biting. Different story is regurgitating food and giving to others to eat it. I mean, obviously, I'm not talking about beginners. Uh, it's just like, many times you see DJs that may be opening for a artist, right? And before
right.
the artist gonna show up, the DJ already plays all songs, right?
I
And
see
they be like,
I see it a
if
few
you see them
times,
many
man.
times, they be like, what am I gonna
Like,
do now if you play my shit?
right.
You know what I mean? So that's a lack of really misunderstanding. There's a time you use it to do a tribute, another time to be like, opening doesn't mean ruin the show of the artist going to perform. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think a lot of misunderstanding came through, and find
Wait.
and rule some parts in this culture, because you see, uh, separate the bullshit. I think is very important till now, not because
Right.
not because uh, discriminated. Not
Right.
It's not about discrimination. It's about, if you want to be official, you gotta put your work into it. Simple as that. Yeah.
So let me ask you. So how do you feel about today's generation of B-boys, being that you're a legendary B-boy and you go out and you judge events, and do you always be biased and say, oh man, they don't do it like how we did it? Or do you think they evolved to another level?
Oh, first of all, I try to look at many different aspects.
Because I see like the b-boy culture has changed as well as the DJing. If you look at some of the DJing from back in the day to some of the techniques they do in DMC competition, so a lot of things has evolved. So as you being a legendary b-boy, what's your take on when you at these events?
Well, as I say, I'm trying to taking care different elements that are involved in the whole aspect of what they're doing. Obviously, uh, in a way, I cannot pretend they will come out with something that blow my mind. In
Right.
a way, blow my mind in a way what it's important to me. But I make sure at least they they part of that flow of tradition. They started from way back, and they still want to carry on and go further down, right? And as long as it's not just a demonstration of something that it's part of the culture as a reflection, but not necessarily a representation of what I like to see. Okay, so I'm paying attention what they do, how they do, if they connected to the music, obviously, and also what they're gonna bring to the table in order to elevate or show it a new, maybe new ideas, you know, new. I won't say evolution because a lot of people using very easy this word. Evolution is a tricky word to me. Evolution, if you don't know what it was before you, how you can demonstrate that your shit is the evolution? Okay, so I won't use that term evolution. I'm like you know, I can speak for myself, right? When I basically when I come out in New York my very first time, right? I want to improve it and show to the original, to the pioneers, my version, right? But in the same time, I wanted to make sure that my version wasn't disappointed to them. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be part of the revolution, but at the same time, make sure that what I'm doing, it's still considered part of the culture. You know what I mean? Because I love hip hop culture. So it's like you're a b-boy in the middle of your going off. You jump and you do a split like a ballerina split, and people will be like, "Wait a second,
what is that?"
You want to do a split? You have a James Brown split,
Right?
Instead of a ballerina split. You know what I mean? So if you don't understand the missing link, I think it's very easy for the kids taking a ballerina split and use it just the way it looks. You know what I mean? But if you have that culture, you take the inspiration and try to change it in a hip hop way and make it look like a hip hop. So I cannot do that. You know what I mean? But obviously,
I'll tell you one thing I hate about b-boy competitions: the DJs. Sometimes they would throw on disco beats for the b-boys to get down, and I'd be like, are you serious? Some of the selection that they play is not music that I'll be, as a b-boy, like, yo, change that beat, man.
I see so-called b-boys dancing on dancehall.
Right. And I'll be like, how do you all feel that and get down?
You know what I mean?
What you be hearing, man. I'll be like,
yo, whatever is clever. And
Yoda said, put your own spin on the foundation. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
we got some people from Cali up in here, and Yoda.
All right.
Lord, Yoda,
what up? Yo, watch out. You still there? I remember when we're kicking in Barry, we had a show together. I was on I was DJ. He was writing.
Wild Child, dope. Wild Child's one of the most dope, underrated MCs, man. You know, shoot. I met Wild Child through J-Ro. I think when we were in Sweden, man, when I was going over there teaching.
Okay.
Twan, what's good, my brother?
Okay. What up? What up?
In the place. My man Twan Mack from Milwaukee, man. Good MC, man. He works together with Speech from Arrested Development.
Okay. That's what's up.
So yeah, some people up in here, man. Go.
That's okay. Well, you know,
it's a never-ending fight with this hip-hop thing, man. Like I said, if we knew that it was gonna become $1 billion industry, we all would have probably copywritten this culture way back. Kool Herc would have probably, you know. But I think once the money got waved in front of everybody's faces, they kind of forgot about culture and they looked at it as a means to become rich. As 50 Cent said, get rich or die trying.
Right.
So it's a way to get your family out of the ghettos. Because when you think about it,
Right.
if you look at the majority of people that do music or play sports, where are they from? Most of them grew up in the inner city. You know, they grew up in the inner city, poor communities,
Right.
families are poor. So they're trying to get their families out of that situation. And if they can do that, like Yoda said, money changes everything. I said that. Cyndi
Yeah.
Lauper said it best, man. Once the money got into the frame of minds of the artists, it was like, yo, man, we doing it all about the money. Even Houdini had a song, it's all about the money.
Right.
So when you think about it, or what was Divine Sound? What people do for money, right? Was
For
it?
money. Yes. Divine
Yeah.
Sound.
You know, it's crazy because when I look at it, man, like I said, when I was in the B-Boys, I was like, yo, we never made one penny. We never got one royalty. But I was like, how does everybody has this record and we not making any money? And I even had a discussion with Joe Ski Love because he was the artist on our label, and his song was even a bigger song than ours because he got a lot of radio play off of the
Okay.
PBS. And he was like, he never got one royalty check, man.
That's
And
great.
I look back to that time, how the record label kept us in the dark.
Right.
I remember at this party, and there was this lady, her name is Heidi Smith, right?
Okay.
And she worked for Rush Management. And
Mm.
she came to me and she was like, who's your manager? And I was like, we don't have a manager. And she
Oh,
wanted to introduce me to Russell and get us signed to Rush, right?
mm.
Entertainment shot it down because if they knew that we had management, they could not jerk us on the royalties
Right.
that we were making from the songs. So he kind of separated us and made sure that we weren't around none of those people, man. And I said, man, my hip hop history could have been different if I would have got down with Russell Simmons, and eventually the B-Boys would have got down with Def Jam. Because I remember Jalil from Houdini told me, he was like, yo, when we were on the Def Jam tours, Run DMC and LL, all they did was play girls. They ran that song to the ground and was like, yo, why these dudes ain't on tour with us?
Right.
And Entertainment kept us in the dark about where our music was played and where it was. And it's stupid because it would have made the label even bigger if they weren't jerking everybody, which is stupid.
Well, yo, you know, it's funny because somehow, some way, we all went through the same type of experience.